Hello, my name is Leo, and welcome again to a new day of the Elder Scrolls Arena. It is now the 10th of Phosphor. Hopefully we will arrive in Hermamont. Wait, is it Hermamont? Yeah, it's Hermamont that I'm going to. Tomorrow, because if so, then we should be able to make it to the following town by Sunday. And I'll be able to do a shut up and play for that one. Now, as we play this game, I'm also running in the background Pachinko. I've been playing some Pachinko today. I don't know what it was, I just decided, you know what, I haven't played Pachinko in a long time. Now, I would assume that most of you would know what Pachinko is. A quick YouTube search will find you something that you'll just shake your head at and go, I don't even know what that is. Let me explain what Pachinko is. Now, Pachinko is actually present in the Yakuza games from Yakuza 3 onwards, although in the Western release of Yakuza 3 it wasn't actually present because they cut a whole bunch of Japanese stuff out. But it is in Yakuza 4, it's also in Yakuza of the End. It is in Yakuza 5 in the obviously in the Japanese version, and one would hope, one does hope that the game does get a Western release. I still haven't bought it yet. It's like $35 at the local secondhand game shop here in Japan. So I'm like, oh, I could buy it, but I'm really holding out, just hoping that maybe this new partnership between Sega and Sega Sammy and Atlas, because Sega Sammy recently bought Atlas. I'm just hoping that maybe Atlas will do the localization. I don't know, because they've got a really good localization team themselves for their games, like the Persona games and the Shin Megami Tensei games, and what else is there? Catherine? Yeah, Catherine. That's the game. So I'm getting distracted by the Pachinko. I'm playing Evangelion Pachinko. It's a game on the PS2. There's actually a bunch of these Pachinko games on the PS2. I've got Volume 5. I don't know the full name of it, but it's Volume 5. Oh, I just hit jackpot. Sick! And this particular version includes a Evangelion Pachinko game and an Evangelion slot game, which is so much less interesting. So Pachinko. Okay, so here's what Pachinko is. Okay, Pachinko is imagine a slot machine, right? Now, generally with slot machines, you bet. You know, they got the 3 reels, and you sort of can stop each reel on your own volition. Well, no. Okay, so with this one, well, let's start at the basics. So there's this big board. In the middle is an LCD screen with your slot machine, right? And then you've got a little shoot like a pinball shooter. That shoots out these tiny little ball bearings that you buy, and they're like 5 yen each or 1 yen each, depending on where you go or what the odds are. Now the ball shoots up into the top of this like pinball thing. There's no flippers though. That would allow you to use too much skill in this game. What you do is there's a giant ass hand dial, and you rotate that, and the more you rotate it, the faster the balls shoot out the top. Now once they get to the top, then they start falling down the board. Now the board is lined with tons and tons of these little metal spokes. So they bounce off the spokes and they ricochet off the spokes until they get down to the bottom. Now one of two things will happen when they get down to the bottom. They will either very nicely fit into a tiny hole that's like just the right size for a ball bearing to fit into in the dead center of the board down the bottom, or they will miss it and fall straight down the bottom. If they miss it and fall straight down the bottom, the ball bearing's gone, and I just got jackpot again. Holy crap baskets. Oh jeez. Well, to be fair, I've made the odds slightly better for this particular playthrough. So yeah, so most of the balls will go down the bottom. Once they go down the bottom, that's it, they're done. If they go into the small little hole at the bottom, then the slot machine, the LCD screen slot machine, will do one roll of the slot machine. Now, I should point out that pretty much they come out with different versions of slot machines. The slot machines based on anime like Evangelion. Um, Nothing else is actually coming to mind. They've got ones based on games. Like yesterday, I was talking about Samurai Warriors games. There's a Samurai Warriors one. There's just random ones about fishing or teenage girls in bikinis. You know, the usual stuff. And then there's guys that can actually make like quite a lot of money doing this. Anyway, back onto the explanation of what Pachinko is. So, okay. So, the ball goes into the middle, right? And then you've got a roll of the roulette. Now, the roulette automatically stops the left, then the right, then the middle. Sometimes it stops them all at the same time if it knows that you're not going to win anything. Now, the way this works is you basically just got to get as many balls as you can into that small hole in the middle to get your rolls. Now, you can actually stock up roulette rolls, because obviously as the roulette's going, you could get another ball that goes into the hole, and you wouldn't want to miss out on that. You can stock up to 4. So if you've got 4 stocked up, then you don't want to actually, you know, you kind of want to stop the balls, which you can actually do. You can stop the balls from entering out. The easiest way of doing that would be to turn the dial all the way to the left, so it stops. Although really pro Pachinko players, because you want the speed, the dial, where you put the dial depends on the speed, and you want to get that sweet spot that gets most of the ball bearings into that hole in the middle. So you do not want to move that dial at all. I heard from one of my Japanese waifu friends who loves Pachinko, a little tip is you take a 1 yen coin, which is just a basic little coin, and you stick it into the slot where the ball bearings are supposed to fall down into the machine to shoot them out. You stick the 1 yen coin in there, and it basically blocks the ball bearings from falling down. That's a pro tip for you. Although I've never actually tried it out because I haven't played Pachinko since then. I bought this PlayStation game so that I can play Pachinko without wasting thousands and thousands of my own dollars. I can just waste thousands and thousands of fake dollars, which is great. Right, so the roulette wheel. Okay, so the roulette wheel, at the moment, oh, okay, I've run out of. So what you do is when you get your 4 stacks, you stop the balls from going down. The other time you stop the balls going down is when you get a reach. Now a reach is, okay, I'm full now, so I'm just going to stop. So now the roulette wheels are going round and going round. It will continue to do that. Sometimes the scene in the background will change. Sometimes the music changes. The cool thing about Pachinko is they've usually got a bit of a story. If you play the Yakuza games, there's like an Aladdin one, and there's a Virtual Fighter one, and you see that there's like a progression. Like with the Evangelion ones, every now and again, just for no particular reason whatsoever, Misato in like full anime, form, would say to the camera, okay, we found the 8th angel, and then it would go into like the 8th angel is coming, and we've got to launch the Avas, and then you got to try to, it would just change the scene every now and again. But the big thing is the reaches. Okay, so here's a reach is when the roulette wheel is going. The left one, let's say, okay, so they're all numbered, right? For example, the Evangelion one, each number is assigned a character. For example, I was going to tell you, for example, I think 5 is Gendo Akari. Shit, I don't know. Okay, we're doing a reach right now. So, oh, this is an interesting reach. I haven't actually seen this one before. Ooh, okay. Okay, so, sorry. I'm trying to explain what this is. Okay, so basically, a reach is... Oh! Oh my god, what the hell is this? I haven't seen this before. I should really pause the game, because I don't know what's happening right now. That's the thing about Pachinko. It's really hard to understand what the hell's going on half the time, especially if you don't speak English. Even if you don't speak Japanese, sorry. Even if you do understand Japanese, it's still really hard to figure out what's going on until you've just played it a while. Like I know with the Yakuza game, which is the the Pachiko that I have the most experience on, because I try to go for the trophies for Yakuza. I know that, you know, there's an instruction manual that sort of teaches you how to play, but really nothing is better than just actually just playing the game over and over again and just seeing, like, experiencing things. Another thing I didn't mention is there is like a chance button. Every now and again, as the roulette wheels are going, a character might pop up and it might say chance. You press the button and it might double your chances to get a reach. Now, one of these days I'll actually explain what the hell a reach is. Okay, so here's what a reach is. Alright, not a reach around, it's something entirely different. So a reach is when the left, let's say, okay, so what have we got here? Okay, so Rei Ayanami is 1, okay? So the left one stops. The left wheel stops and it's 1. The right wheel stops and it's 1. Now, this is a reach. A reach is basically where the left one and the right one are both the same color, and the middle one is still rolling and we don't know what happens. This is when it goes into reach mode. Reach mode, it depends on what Pachiko game you've got. But for example, Evangelion, like I said before, Masato would say, we found an angel, 8th angel appeared, and there's the 8th angel, and then the Avas would launch. And then, for example, what's a good example? Actually, there's the best example that I can think of is the scene from End of Evangelion where Oscar fights the mass-produced Evangelions, right? So they plop down, and then basically on the field there's like 3 mass-produced Avas like lined up in front of her. She throws the AT field out just like she does in the movie, although she does it against the JSDF, not the Avas, but whatever, that's neither here nor there. Now, in between the mass-produced Avas is a bunch of numbers. There might be like 1, 6, 8, 9, like 1 and 6 between the first one and the second one, 8 and 9 between the third and the fourth one, and then some others after it. She throws her AT field, smashes through each number sequentially, right? Then, out of nowhere, another mass-produced Ava, like flying with that like double lance thing that they had, flies in and like lunges at her, and she pulls up her double lance to block it, and there's a giant number 2 there. Now, at this point, I did mention before that, for example, Rei Ayanami was on the left and the right, and she's number 1. Okay, I'm going to change that and say Rei Ayanami is number 2. So there's a 2 on the left and there's a 2 on the right on the reel. We still don't know what the middle one is. Sometimes the reel actually continues spinning, like in one of the corners of the screen, just to heighten the suspense. Anyway, so the mass-produced Ava with the wings is attacking Oscar, and she's got her double lance thing, and they're struggling, right? They're doing the whole samurai thing where they clash swords. Alright, and there's a giant number 2 in front of the mass-produced Evangelion. This is the number we want, right? We want it. And she's struggling, Oh my god, what's gonna happen? And then the Ava breaks her guard and just owns her. And the 2 shatters and disappears. And lo and behold, it's an 8. Guess what? The middle one's an 8. That's how it reveals what the middle number is. And then you do that over and over again. Then one time, the angel might attack her, and it would be a 2, and then she would do something and actually slash at the mass-produced Ava and kill it. And the 2 would flash on the screen in big gold letters, and then it would show you the reel, and it would be 222 all in a row. And then that would be a jackpot. And then what happens in the jackpot, although again it depends on the pachinko machine, but a jackpot generally is it runs like a credits reel, which it could be scenes from various reaches throughout the pachinko game that you've done so far, or even ones that you haven't seen before. It could be in the Evangelion's case, it was actually the opening song for the anime, spliced with other scenes from the reach scenes. And then in the top right of the screen, it usually says round 1. Starts off with round 1, and then I don't know how the time works on it, but it counts up. Goes 1, 2, 3. It usually ends at about 16, sometimes 18. Now, during this time, this is your jackpot time. You don't just win a jackpot, right? It goes into like jackpot mode. just below, at the bottom of the screen, well, it differs from Pachinko to Pachinko. Normally, it's remember how I told you that to get a a slot reel, you've got to get a ball into that little hole in the middle bottom of the screen. Now, every time you get a ball into that hole during jackpot mode, you get like 100 extra ball bearings, or you get like 200 extra ball bearings. So and obviously this is a timed event, so you want to try to get as many balls into that hole as you possibly can. With the Evangelion game that I'm actually playing right now, there's an extra little flap that opens up, quite a wide one, and you just got to get the balls into that. And that's pretty much Pachinko. Now, here's a slightly interesting insight into Pachinko that you might not know. If you've played Yakuza, it's the exact same as it is in Yakuza. There is like a counter where you can go and exchange your balls for prizes, quote unquote prizes, not cash. You cannot exchange your ball bearings for cash. You cannot take your ball bearings away from the Pachinko parlor. You can only exchange them for cash. Sorry, god damn it, for prizes. Now the prizes could be dodgy stuff like stuffed animals, could be packets of chewing gum, cigarettes, could be anything. But because Pachinko parlors are not allowed to deal in gambling that involves the potential to win money. Now, here's a pro tip for you. If you want to get money out of your Pachinko efforts, what you do is you buy like a token or like a plate, like a gold plate, like something that looks really dumb. Like, that probably isn't worth, but it's worth a lot of balls, but it's not actually, it doesn't look like it's actually worth any money. You take that plate down to a little corner shop just down the road, and you can then exchange it for money. That's how they get around the no money rule. I should point out that not every Pachinko, place does this, only the really shady ones, and then at which point there might be Yakuza, you might want to maybe not deal with that, especially if you're a Westerner. I've never actually done it myself. I've just seen documentaries and heard about people who've done it, like my waifu's friend who can actually make quite a bit of coin for a day's worth of on the Pachinkos. Because once you've got that sweet spot on the dial, right, and you know when to stop the ball bearings from dropping down, that's the other thing. When you've got a reach, right, you want to stop the balls, because this reach is the little cutscene goes for some time, and during that time you'll get a whole ton of balls into that hole, but they won't stack into anything, so it's completely useless. So you definitely want to stop it then, but then the only time you want to definitely not stop it is when you do the jackpot, and that's when you want to get as many balls going down as possible into that hole in the middle, because that's the way you actually get money. So I've been playing the Evangelion Pachinko game. It's kind of fun. I bought it ages ago, but I played it like 5 minutes and got bored with it. I don't know what it was, but I remember I played the actual Evangelion Pachinko game in real life, but I think I dropped like $10, like 1,000 yen, and then I ran out of balls, and I'm like, dude, I just wasted $10 and I really got nothing out of it except for the experience to say that I've played Pachinko. Now that I bought this game, which evidently also cost me 1,000 yen, I can play Pachinko as much as I want and not have to worry about friggin' wasting all my money away, apart from the $10 that I spent initially. So that's about it. Now I do need to mention a few things. Oh my god, what did I need to mention? That's right, I have decided that I'm going to rename the videos that I do for Elder Scrolls Arena. Not so much, like already obviously you've got the Shut Up and Play episodes that say Leo shuts up and plays, which obviously signals to you that, one, it's a Sunday, and two, I'm not going to talk in the entire thing. But I'm also going to do a new one, which is going to be Leo Blogs. Leo Blogs and Plays, or Leo Blogs. I haven't decided yet. I'll decide when I release today's arena video. Or maybe tomorrow's arena video, whatever. Just stay tuned. I'll also probably go back at some time, if I've got time, to rename, the last 60-something episodes that we've done so far. 60, what is it, 60, 70 episodes now. Wow. Getting there. Can't believe we're doing this for 2 months and 10 days. Freaking insane. So whenever you see Leo Blogs and Plays, or Leo Blogs, the old TES, you'll know that it's like this kind of episode where I'm fast traveling and I'm just talking about stuff. And then when it says Leo Plays by itself, I'll probably still talk about stuff that I've done today, but there will also be actual gameplay of the game. For those who aren't actually really interested in listening to me talking, let's be honest, there aren't any. Everyone just loves listening to my little rants about Warriors Orochi or Pachinko or, Now, on that note, there's one last thing that I want to talk about today that I had for lunch. So today wife and I were out in the town. We wanted to have lunch, so we pulled into an udon place. Now, udon is a Japanese type of noodle. It's like a thick noodle. It's usually served in a bowl with soup, and you can add extra stuff. You can get udon, like giant bowls of udon for like $2, with nothing else, nothing but udon. And then you can get like some tempura or something to go with it. Now, I tried this udon previously, no, I didn't try it. I saw it on the menu and thought, what the hell? They've got various different types of udon. There's like just normal udon, which I think is called kake udon. There's shoyu udon. Shoyu means soy sauce. Obviously, it's a soy sauce type. There's tempura udon, which is obviously udon with tempura things put into it, etc., etc., etc. Now, there's two interesting ones. One that I found ages ago, which is tanuki udon. Tanuki, as in raccoon dog. Tanuki, as in Super Mario Brothers 3 Tanuki suit Tanuki. And I was like, what the hell? Wait, does this udon have raccoon dog meat in it? No. It's just a play on words, because what do they put in it? I can't remember what they put in it, but it looks like a tanuki tail. That's it. Now, I did not have it today. I don't know how I can really say this. So I didn't have it. I just had a standard. Actually, no, I had a shoyu udon today. So a soy sauce udon. My Japanese waifu, on the other hand, and this is weird, she had a bukkake udon. Yes. No, you heard correctly. I said a bukkake udon. Don't go, when I said my waifu had a bukkake udon, don't go editing it and cutting out the udon part to say my wife had, and cut out the A as well. So just say my wife had bukkake. Well, I just said it, didn't I? God, I'm such a fucking idiot. Anyway, I saw the name on the menu, and I thought, wait, is that spelled the way I think it is? B-U-K-K-A-E, B-U-K-K-A-K-E, Bukkake, as in, Bukkake? As in, Bukkake? As in, I like Bukkake. Bukkake? Yes, the very same. So, unfortunately, although it's quite clever, it wasn't quite as dirty as it sounds. A bukkake udon is an udon with a bunch of shaved radish slapped on top. Shaved radish, or daikon, which is that big, white, phallus-shaped, well, so are carrots really when you think about it. So is cucumber. So with every friggin', There's a lot of phallic-shaped fruit and vegetables now that I think about it. Anyway, Bukkake Udon. So, I couldn't stop thinking about phallic-shaped, anyway. Phallic-shaped fruit and vegetable, yeah. So, not phallic-shaped other stuff? No, no. I have a Japanese waifu. Doesn't David guessed. Oh, dude. Sorry. Anyway. So, daikon, yeah, shaved, daikon's obviously a white, vegetable, and when you shave it up, it looks, well, doesn't really, but it's white, and it's like a small pile of white stuff sitting on top of your udon. I guess, I don't think Bukkake Udon is a joke slash pun slash meme of Bukkake, the adult movie type genre, I guess. I think Bukkake, the adult movie genre type, is a play on words of the word Bukkake, which I think my waifu explained to me means something on, like covering something on top of something. So I guess that would also apply to, say, a hot dog that you smother a whole bunch of mustard on it. You Bukkake the mustard. I mean, you Bukkake the hot dog with mustard. But I just thought, I couldn't stop laughing in the restaurant, and my waifu had no idea what I was laughing about because she doesn't actually know what Bukkake, the adult, movie genre is. She's never heard of it before. She's never seen it. Doesn't know what it is. So if I say, "Oh, do you want a Bukkake?" you wouldn't know what I was talking about. It's so funny. Yeah, Bukkake Udon. It's a thing. It's a real thing. Order it. Hey, I might even have a. Actually, you know what? I would have a Bukkake Udon just because it's so fucking funny. Except I actually don't like shaved daikon in my udon, which I have had in the past, although I didn't know it was called Bukkake Udon. It was a side dish, and I don't like it at all. So that is Bukkake Udon in a nutshell, and that is Pachinko in 30 minutes or less. When we come back, we will hopefully have arrived in Hammermont, and we can actually do some Leo plays instead of some Leo blogs. But for now, my name is Leo, and I will see you next time.